You're gonna see baby. You're not gonna see the baby, but you'll see like. I want everyone to see your outfit because it's very good. I'm gonna give them a breakdown. Show us your shoes because we were having a debate. I've been getting lucky recently because I'm, you know, when you have like the pregnancy luck, it's kind of like beginner's luck. I get beginner lucky with parking, with this, with that. So hopefully the luck will continue and I can get cheese and bread or french fries or peanut butter. And a little bit of tomatillo. I have a shoot tomorrow, actually. A brand that I'm obsessed with. Eat, work, and do. Words of wisdom with Aloni.
We got a drum roll. How can I be of help? How can I help you? How can I help you? How can I, you know, help this person?
Welcome back to this week's vlog. I'm currently sitting in my bathroom. I'm getting ready. Aloni and I are indecisive of what we're gonna do. My plan today was to wake up early, which we did. We were already up with Liam. Liam actually slept until 7 today. And we were up with Liam all morning hanging out. And we were originally gonna go to West Palm Beach because I wanted to go to Restoration Hardware. I just wanted to check out their Italian line. I think that's what it's called. It's like the one that looks very beautiful. It's like the newer line. It's kind of like sleek, a lot of stone, a lot of velvet incorporations, and it's not like the line that they always have. So I wanted to just check it out and just see if there's any pieces that we might want to include into our furniture shopping list. And I wanted to eat at Restoration Hardware upstairs, and then I wanted to like walk around a little bit and then drive over to Palm Beach, like over the bridge, and go take some boucan sandwiches to go. But then we looked, Aloni just went downstairs about 12 o'clock. He went downstairs to do 30 minutes of cardio since Liam, I just put him to bed. And then we decided that probably we're not going to do that because we looked at the navigation and it's going to take an hour and a half to drive one way. And we're like, now I'm being very indecisive about it. So whatever. If not, we might go to like Surfside and just have lunch and hang out. We just wanted to just like take it easy today. We didn't really want to go to the beach because we've been going to the beach so much, and we are probably gonna go tomorrow since we go to my parents' house on Sunday. And last week we spent a lot of time with Aloni's family, so we were just like trying to take it easy. I'm doing a little bit of light makeup. I put my hair up in a ponytail, and I did this like weird hairstyle. I tried. I saw somewhere on TikTok. I don't know if I was successful, but yeah, I'm using this Makeup by Mario new skin enhancer. It's called the Soft Sculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum. My eyesight's just getting worse by the day. But anyway, I wasn't intending on doing this hairstyle, but I showered with Liam and he got me wet because I gave him the hose and he just decided to spray it up and it got wet all over the floor or my hair. So I was like, you know what, whatever, it's fine. We just laughed. We had a good time. You know, I tried to make the best out of moments that would get me annoyed, but I want to laugh and enjoy my son, and I want him to have fun and have good memories. So we laughed about all the water everywhere that I cleaned up, and that's it. So all is good in the world. I'm going to go over with the Milk gel tint in the color 6. I feel like I should be using 7. Where's my 7? I don't know where the 7 is, but I feel like I should be using the 7. I feel like this is gonna be a little bit too light, but that's okay because we put the enhancer underneath. We were thinking of going today to try this pizza place called, I think it's Mike's or Marc's Pizza. I don't know. We've been seeing it like go viral all over socials, and apparently it got a really high rating by a few like food influencers, from what I understand, and I want to go try it because I'm a pizza connoisseur, if I say so myself. My nose is still running a bit, but I wanted to tell you guys, I want to be honest about a product that I have tried multiple times already. I showed this on my TikTok. I don't remember if I showed this on the vlog, but it's the Makeup Forever Super Boost. It's a cream perfecting moisture boosting skin tint. It's this one. It kind of looks like this. I don't love it. I feel like if you're gonna get a skin tint, I would probably go with the Milk. The Milk one is amazing. And I have combination skin. I also have oily skin in my T-zones, and I find that this stays on incredible. That's why it's called the Hydro Grip Gel Tint, and it also has a lot of hydration in it. So if you are choosing between the two, I would invest my money into this because this I have bought over. I got it gifted once, and then I have bought 2 other shades because I obviously tan and go outside. So this is like a product that I'm a stand for. This one I tried multiple times. I actually tried it 3 times to be exact because I wanted to make sure that I was giving you the proper recommendation, but basically the reason why I didn't like it, I felt like unless you have perfect skin, if you don't have melasma, you don't have any redness, you don't have any broken capillaries, you don't have acne scars, you don't have texture, like literally have perfect skin, this is for you because it's very faint, but it doesn't really kind of like, you see how the Milk makeup, it still gives me a little bit of coverage. I have melasma now, especially during my pregnancy, it just comes out, it's a little bit more pronounced. This one has coverage. It also makes my skin feel hydrated. It feels like it goes on even, it's not blotchy. This one tends to be a little bit blotchy. It does not go on even, and I feel like it has no coverage at all. So you end up having to put on a lot of concealer or like spot correct areas versus like this one, you don't have to. Like this, I can just literally put some concealer under my eyes and I feel good about myself and I feel like I'm ready to go. With this, I just felt like it didn't stay on my skin. It pilled a little bit. Like I noticed that when I used my Hourglass concealer, not my NARS concealer, it pilled with the Hourglass concealer. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the oils or I don't know. But maybe I'm wearing it wrong too. So maybe this goes under foundation. I'm not sure, but I wore it as a skin tint and I just applied a little bit of concealer and I did my usual cream blushes and bronzer. And I even did, one night when we went out, I put my Kosas translucent candy under my eyes. Again, just didn't love the way it sat on my skin. So I just want you to be mindful that if you have textured skin or you have oily skin, like really reconsider this and kind of go for the Milk Hydro Grip, because this one actually, like I wear it all the time. If you guys follow me on TikTok, you see me use it all the time. I live in Miami. It's hot outside, it's humid, and it's, wow, I love it. I love trying new things and I love being honest with you guys because you guys know that obviously doing content creation, I do get a lot of product for free, so I don't have to spend my own money, which is a nice factor about being able to try products. But I know that a lot of you who are watching me are not getting these things for free, and I don't want you to spend your hard-earned money on products that, you know, are just being advertised as good. And I always say this, and I've said this before, that anytime I do a paid partnership, I just want you guys to know, whether it's for makeup or skincare or something, I always vet it before. I have turned down plenty of paid partnerships because either I did not align with the ethos of the brand or I generally just didn't like the product. And it doesn't matter sometimes like how good the money is, it's just like some shit like you just can't stand behind. You're like, this shit sucks, and I know it sucks. And that's it. But also a lot of the times too, what happens is just because I like something doesn't mean you're gonna like it, and vice versa. I mean, you might love something and I might hate it. So that also might be like a, oh, she's just like pushing this advertisement on us. So I want you to be mindful, but I do like to use a product, vet a product, like that's very important to me just because I want to be authentic and it's something that I want to utilize in my day-to-day life, and that you guys will see me utilize in my day-to-day life. So that's that. I just put on the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in the color Light Medium from Makeup by Mario. It's a cream bronzer. It's actually quite similar to the Chanel one that I use all the time. Obviously, the price point is better than the Chanel. The Chanel one I use in the color Les Beige 390. It's a Soleil tan bronzer. And the Mario bronzer seems like it's darker, but it goes on a little bit more translucent. It's more buildable, where this one goes on a little bit more pigmented and more orange yellow, but it's like, I like it because it's good with my skin tone, if that makes sense. But this one is a little bit more buildable. It's not as deceiving as it looks. So, but they're good. They're very similar. The consistency is very similar. So if you're thinking about getting it, it's a really good product, like solid. Most of the products that Mario puts out have been very user-friendly, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that he's a very skilled makeup artist. Obviously, there's a product that falls through the cracks here and there, or that just might not work, but more or less, all of his products are very user-friendly. They're buildable, they're just easy to use, and I find him to be very successful in his space. And he kind of doesn't really also do trends. If you guys have noticed, there's a lot of trends in the marketplace. He doesn't really follow trends. He kind of just does and reinvents the same things that he already has, but makes them better, you know? Soft sculpts, contours, he just always tries to make them better, always tries to, you know, show us a new technique and a new way to use it. And I love that he also actually uses all of his products on his clients. And yeah. I just used my trusty old NARS concealer in medium 1, or also known as custard. You guys Oh no, it's an OG and staple. It's my favorite. I love a lot of different concealers, but that's just like one of those concealers that I know is always gonna hold me down, you know? I also have a funny story for you guys actually about Mario. So now that we don't live there anymore and that apartment is sold, I used to live in New York for almost 14 years, 13 and a half to be exact. And I lived for almost 10 years, like 10 and a half years, on the Upper East Side. And Mario was the neighbor in my building. We had a very small boutique building, it was only 7 floors. He lived on the penthouse floor. He doesn't live there anymore either. He actually sold his apartment a year before I moved out. But he is very shy. He's a very, very shy. And I remember seeing his mom all the time, and I think his sister was working for him for a while too, because she was always coming over, like logging all his PR packages and stuff. And this is before I was doing content creation for a living. And I just remember like seeing all the flowers and stuff that he was getting from like celebrities, and seeing, because we had like, again, we had a small boutique building, so we shared like a mail hub. They would just drop like all of our mail and the doorman would give it to us. But I just remember like seeing all of these like PR packages and things, and I was just like, wow, that's so cool. And it's just like interesting because like fast forward now, like I'm doing content creation and I'm receiving, you know, similar, not like him, but similar packages. But I just remember thinking like, wow, that must be so cool. But his sister was working for him, and his mom is so sweet. First of all, she's like this, she's tiny, but she's the sweetest little thing. She would always like bring food over for him. I just remember like, but he was just really shy. He would always say hello. And you know, like just, it was really nice. But I thought it was just really funny because I have that little connection with him. I remember too when he bought an apartment there, it was around the same time as when my parents bought an apartment there. I was living in their apartment, and I remember because we all moved into the building like more or less within the first year of construction after it was finished building, because we all bought pre-construction. And I remember when they finally put up like the mailbox numbers and everyone's name. I remember seeing his name and I was like, wait, that can't be like the Makeup by Mario. Like, why would he live in this building? He's probably gonna live in like another luxury building on like 5th Avenue or something. But it was him. And if you guys look up, if you're interested, you can look it up. His apartment is featured in Architectural Digest. And that was the apartment that was in our building. But he outgrew the space. The penthouse was big, but not as like big as you think a penthouse would be, because our building was a small boutique building. It was called the penthouse because you had your own terrace. So a big terrace. This, by the way, is the Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat in Iconic Nude. Love that. I'm doing everything in like a weird order today for some reason. I'm talking too much. I'm not thinking about what it is that I'm doing. Also, like another product, okay guys, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. Also, another product that I'm like not obsessed with is the Rhode lip contour. I just don't feel like it stays. I still use it because I don't want to waste product, but I just feel like it doesn't stay and it doesn't really like do what I need it to do, you know? But we'll just use it since it's here. I have been using this blush like it's nobody's business. This is my second or third tube. I don't remember actually. I think it's the second. But I love it. It is the NARS Orgasm Blush. I never loved the powder version of it for some reason. But the liquid version of it, I love. I'm obsessed. Like, I cannot live without it. Sometimes if I want to have more of like a deep pink, and look how pretty that is. Just makes you glow. I don't think I'm going to do any under eye powder today. Maybe I'll just do a little bit under my eyes, but not my nose. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, I'm going in with the brow pencil from Sonia Brow. I love her eyebrow pencil. It's kind of like the OG version of this is the medium, it's the wrong color, I need dark. It's like the Tom Ford one, but it's a lot more affordable. It's just really easy to use. I think I mentioned this before, but the trick is that I've learned is that you have to brush your eyebrows down when you want to do the shape at the top. So you shape however it is that you want. So you make sure you get all the sparse areas. You're supposed to shape it from the top, not from the bottom. I mean, you can do whatever you want, obviously, but the correct way. And then once you get the shape, you just brush up like this. you know, versus like drawing over it being at the top, because then sometimes you like overline your brow. But this way you can see the exact line where the hairs are, where they meet. And it's like easier to fill in the sparse areas so you know where you need to fill and not overfill, you know what I mean? I'm really rooting for Sonia. I hope that her company takes off, because it's her and her daughters and her nieces all working for her, and they're all just like hustling. And they have a beautiful studio near the Flatiron, actually really close to Devasion. So what I used to do is I used to go to Devasion, get a coffee, and then like walk over, get my eyebrows done. She only does the plucking method. She does not believe in eyebrow gels and stuff, because she says that it actually harms your eyebrows and it does not help the hair growth. She has like a really good shampoo, so if you are using the brow gels and stuff, you can use the eyebrow shampoo to help you clear it up. But she just does not advocate for it, and she does not advocate for waxing, because she says that it pulls your skin under your eyebrows, and your skin is so sensitive there. And then she uses just a tweezer. So to each his own, you know? I decided to take some of the Kosas translucent powder, and I'm just going to brush it lightly under my under eye, because I'm going to do a little bit of mascara, so I don't want my mascara to leak. And then I can also just do a little in the crevice of my nose, so I still want to have the glow. Just makes like the biggest difference. So here. That's good. Another trick is, if you don't want your smile lines to be defined, you just take a little bit of the powder, you put on the brush, and you literally just take it from your nose and follow the line and just lightly go like that. Go down, so you can still have like a shiny face, but you're mattifying the smile lines so they're not like so pronounced. Using the YSL Brown Mascara, it's called Uninhibited Brown. I love brown mascara. I just feel like it makes you look a little bit softer. It's not so harsh, especially if you have like blonde hair too. I feel like, I don't know, it's very pretty. But for brunettes, it's like a knockout, and it just doesn't make your eye area look dark, you know? It's very sultry, it's very sexy. Just vibes. Also, I'm curious, do you guys like when I do like makeup on YouTube? Because I know I'm a makeup artist, and it's like not what my channel is about. My channel is about like everything lifestyle, makeup, beauty, blah, 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 whatever. But I just get excited. I want to share things that I like with you and like talk through certain things. But I just also want you to know that anytime you get bored of like me doing my makeup, there's also chapters written out below in the description box, and it'll tell you like timestamps of like what each chapter is. So like if you're not interested in the makeup, you can just fast forward to the next chapter. I'm not going to put my lipstick on right now, because I'm going to go have a little bite of a toast, just because I'm getting really hungry, so I don't want to be hangry in the car. But for my lip product, you guys remember I had a cold sore and I told you I was using the Bobbi Brown. I'm using the Bobbi Brown Bare Pink. This is my favorite at the moment. It's a lip serum, and it's like a perfect gloss. It's not too sticky. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat as the lip liner, and then in the center I'm going to put the Prada Nude 159, which is one of my favorite lipstick shades at the moment, underneath, and then lock it in with the Bobbi Brown, but we'll do that later. And then in my purse, since I have a sleek back bun, I feel like I have not shared this with you guys. This is a Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine Frizz Tamer. I love this. I'm obsessed. First of all, it's really affordable. It's not expensive. You can find this at the drugstore. Second of all, the way that it just, I'm not going to do it now because I don't have any flyaways, but like the way that it just sleeks your hair is chef's kiss. It's a really good product. I will link everything you guys saw below for you, but this is a really good product and it's going in my purse with me. That's that. So let's go have a little bite, and then I will show you what I'm gonna wear, because I found a dress that I have not worn since I was pregnant with Liam. The only reason I forgot about it was because it was like in between my other dresses, and it's so thin, and you'll see why. It's literally like the t-shirt dress, but if you've been following me since I was pregnant with Liam, you'll remember it. I just had my toast. I did my lip combo, and I'm going to get dressed. We decided we're not going to go to Palm Beach to Restoration Hardware because they actually don't have any availability for lunch. So we're just going to go to the Restoration Hardware in Aventine Mall, I think, and we're going to go have lunch at Surfside together. But I'm going to show you what I'm wearing because the last time I wore this was I was pregnant with Liam. And I think also like every person that summer had this dress, but this is the dress from 2 summers ago from Loewe. It's literally a t-shirt material. So we're going to put that on because it fits. And I'm going to use it. I'm going to wear it with this bra from Skims, also in the color Sienna, you guys. I have everything in the color Sienna because it's the perfect nude. I've tested it. It doesn't show through. This bra is called, oh, it doesn't have the name here. I thought it did. Okay, whatever. Well, I'll link it for you below, but it's like unlined, which I like. Okay, so the dress is on. I'm thinking about either of these 2 shoes. You guys know this Magda Butrym shoe. I've worn this one all the time because it fits. And then if you guys saw my last vlog when I went to the Loro Piana outlet, it reminded me that I had these Loro Piana shoes that I actually wore when I was also pregnant with Liam 2 summers ago. So I'm going to try it on and see how it looks and see if it works and if, like, I don't know. I end up going to Loro Piana shoes. I'm going to wear my Kelly Dons over my shoulder, and I'm going to take with me my trusty Old Faithful. I was just telling Aloni, I know I say this all the time, but I feel like this blazer is worth every penny because when I first bought it, I felt really guilty because it was kind of expensive. Not kind of, it was expensive, but I've worn it a million times. So that's what I'm wearing, and I will have Aloni do an outfit of the day look for me in the elevator so you guys can see the full look because I can't show you, but I'm so out of breath. I know I like huff and puff a lot, guys, on the last couple of vlogs, so I'm sorry. I'm like in the home stretch. We're almost there. Can you imagine in 4 vlogs, you're going to see baby. Well, you're not going to see the baby, but you'll see like the baby vlog. I said in 4 vlogs, you're going to see the baby. Anyway. 4 vlogs, yeah. Crazy to think. We just got to 4 Seasons. We're gonna have some lunch at the Surfside. Hopefully they have space. Enjoying the terrace under the AC. I love a good bread basket. Sometimes I wonder why restaurants honestly give bread baskets because I feel like if you eat too much bread then you don't want any of the other food, you know? What is this they said? Some sort of pomodoro. I'm having a sparkling Arnold Palmer. So good. Aloni got a smash burger and he says it looks good that he might record it. I got a niçoise salad with like tuna and fish. So good. Finishing off with a little almond cappuccino. I want everyone to see your outfit because it's very good. You stay there. I'm going to switch spots with you because of the light. Okay.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay. I'm going to give them a breakdown. He's wearing chrome heart sunglasses. His favorite Hermes t-shirt. These are the Brunello shorts that he got at the outlet. And show us your shoes because we were having a debate. I said I wasn't sure if I liked the sock like that with the shoes, but Aloni said it's a vibe.
It is. You're
Yeah.
I
Love you.
love you more.
You look very angelic in this white light. So peaceful here. A few hours have passed and Aloni and I are now going to have some pizza at Marc's Artisanal Pizza,
Yes.
right?
Oh, yes.
We're hoping we're going to be able to get a seat because I told you guys it was like viral. And one of Aloni's acquaintances was there recently and he asked him if it was actually good and he said it was the best pizza in Miami. So
That he's had.
So I love pizza. I'm a pizza connoisseur. I do say so myself. Aloni's a smash burger connoisseur. I love pizza. I can eat pizza literally for breakfast.
I mean, I feel like everybody loves pizza. That's why it's pizza. Right?
Not everyone loves pizza.
Loves pizza. Come on.
Gabriel doesn't like pizza.
He doesn't? Gabriel, you don't like pizza?
Or French fries. Or peanut butter.
He's unique.
His nephew. But I love pizza. I could literally eat pizza for breakfast. I'm not even joking.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know about all that.
I can have a slice of pizza. It's literally cheese and bread and a little bit of tomatillo. Anyway, so we're gonna see, hopefully. I've been getting lucky recently because I'm, when you have like the pregnancy luck, it's kind of like beginner's luck. Been getting lucky with parking, with this, with that. So hopefully the luck will continue and I can get a shorter wait. High hopes. We are patiently waiting. They said that there are 7 people ahead of us and they might run out of dough. Paper thin. Delicious. Thoughts?
Hands down, best pizza I've had in my life. Arguably one of the best pizzas I've had.
Yeah?
Yeah, very nice. Crust, I mean, it's so thin and light, but like at the same time, it's not flimsy. Like you can just hold up, the piece stays, it doesn't like flap down. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Very nice. Like the texture, everything. Wow. I don't feel full. I had 5 pieces of pizza.
That pizza was so delicious. First of all, we got very lucky. The trick is, if you're going there, you have to come early because they run out of dough. I guess it's sourdough starter that they do. And when we arrived, they said that there were, how many people in front of us? 7? 7 people in front of us.
Yeah.
And there was only 12 doughs left. And it's a very small place. And I was like, shit. I was like, if, 2 people each table gets 2 pizzas, we're not going to get pizza. But we ended up getting very lucky. And we ended up getting 2 pizzas. We got the margarita and we got the mushroom. I love the margarita just because I love a plain pizza. The mushroom was really good. It tasted kind of like French onion soup, but a little bit sweeter with ricotta and mushroom, obviously. And babe, go. We wanted to try the chocolate chip cookies, but they ran out of the chocolate chip cookies. We tried the Caesar salad, which is good. But honestly, I feel like next time we go, I'm not going to order any like appetizers.
Yeah, there's no need for the Caesar.
There's no need.
You ordered that. I didn't want to say anything,
but you love a Caesar.
I know, but there's no need for it.
Yeah, because
you're going for pizza, not for Caesar.
It's not like Lucali where you go for like all the apps too.
And the cookies looked incredible. I was kind of low key, a little bummed that there was no cookies left because they looked like all raw in the middle, perfect.
Yeah, the pizza was sensational. It was so thin and not flimsy. It was crunchy, and Aloni said it was better than Lucali, and Aloni loves Lucali in Miami, so you said it was a really good pizza.
To me, it was it was the best pizza in Miami. I agree with.
Yeah, baby's very happy. She's like hitting me. But we got 2 pizzas because honestly, you guys, I had 4 slices. Aloni had like 5 or 6, right?
I had 5.
And you don't even feel like that. Like you feel full, but not that full because it's so thin.
I feel full, but I don't feel like
you don't feel heavy,
uncomfortable, or like sick to my stomach.
Exactly. So the trick is, if you want to go eat there, come early. You got to come in the middle of the day. Don't come there at like 6, 7 o'clock because, especially not during like the season. Like, it's an off season now in Miami. There's a lot of people are traveling and school's out, so a lot of people are on vacation. But just come like on a weekday. On like a Tuesday or Wednesday at like 4 or 5 o'clock. I feel like 4 o'clock is a sweet spot.
They open at 4:30.
Yeah, so 4:30. 4:35, between 4:30 and 5:30 is, I feel like, a sweet spot. But honestly, it was wow. And that was an amazing little date night.
It was nice.
Anyway, guys, I love you and I will see you mañana. We're probably going to go to the beach with Liam, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I want to take him to the Frost Museum, but I don't know yet. Anyway, good morning. We got to my mom's not too long ago, and we're having a small breakfast today. My dad is on a fishing trip in the Bahamas. He loves to go fishing. We were gonna go to the beach today, and Liam was very excited to swim, but unfortunately, it's been raining for some reason, and that was not on the weather app. It just said it was gonna rain 30% chance of, not 30% chance, 30% of the area was gonna get rained on at 6 p.m., but it's morning time, so I'm really confused what's going on. So anyway, we're just hanging out inside. Liam already reorganized my mom's living room as always, and we're just gonna have some breakfast and hang out and see. Maybe we'll take Liam later to like the baby gym, or maybe we'll go to the museum depending on like the rain. If it's raining, then we're probably not gonna go to the kids museum because it's a far drive. But yeah, this weather put a damper on our plans. So let me show you guys what we're working with. It's hard to see, but it's like drizzling. Clouds are dark. We have an omelet. This is shuba, which is like a herring fur coat. It's just layered. Good morning. I'm currently on the way to the doctor's office for my checkup. So starting this week, I'm going to be going once a week to be checking on the baby. I'm 35 weeks and 2 days pregnant. I was reminiscing with Aloni this morning. I was telling him the last time I was 35 weeks and 2 days pregnant, I was already 1 week in the hospital because I had placenta previa and I was bleeding, and I was scared shitless because I was just like, did not know what to expect, and I was worried about the baby, and I was worried about what was happening with the baby and all that. And I ended up giving birth at 35 weeks and 5 days with Liam. I was having really bad contractions, but I didn't even know I was having contractions because I just had really bad back pain, and I felt like I was having a fever while I was at the hospital waiting. It was a Sunday, I'm never gonna forget. And the entire day they had me off the baby monitor because I was already at the hospital for like a week and a half at that point. And in the morning they put me on the baby monitor. I was fine, and they said, we're gonna put you back on the baby monitor in like 10 hours or something. I said, okay, no worries, whatever. In the middle of the day, I started getting really irritable. I started being like really bitchy. I'm not a bitchy person at all, and I'm not moody. Like when I wake up, I'm not moody. And even Aloni was like, are you good? Like, why are you acting so like bitchy, And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just annoyed. I'm annoyed of being in the hospital already. I'm like, I feel like I have a little mild fever. It's like that fever, like when it's almost about to be a fever, it's like that in between where your just body starts to ache. I was like, my body's aching, my back is killing me. And I had like gotten it into my head for some reason that my IV port was infected, and that's why I was having a fever. I don't know what it is. I was just finding something to blame because I was just so scared, And I made the nurse change my IV port because I was like, I had this IV in for like a week and a half of me being here, and it's probably infected because it was a little bit swollen, but it's like normal, But I was like, this is why I have a fever, whatever. And I was in a shared room at the time, and I had a roommate for like the first 5 days, and then I didn't have a roommate, but they put me into a different room where I was by myself. However, she put me in a room where there was like a lot of monitors on the other side, so that way nobody else would like be in the room with me. But my husband couldn't stay and sleep with me there because there was only like a chair. So Aloni would come every single morning. He would bring me breakfast, coffee, then he would go get me lunch. We would hang out, and then at nighttime he would go home and sleep and come back and do the same thing. And I remember him leaving a little bit early that day because it was he was going to meet my brother. He was going to my house to watch, not my house, my mom's house, to watch the UFC fight. And he's like, I'm gonna go have dinner with your brother. I'm gonna watch the UFC fight, and tomorrow I'm gonna come back in the morning. And then I was supposed to have my appointment with my doctor because my doctor was gonna be on call, and we were gonna probably have a C-section either that day or like the following day. And they put me back on the baby monitor like, I want to say around midnight, something like midnight, like 12:30. They put me on the baby monitor or whatever. The nurse comes back in like 20 to 30 minutes and goes, hey, are you in any pain? And I was like so grouchy. I was like, well, I've had back pain all day. I've been complaining about back pain all day, and this and that and the third. And she's like, well, you're in active labor. You have contractions, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, what? I started hysterically crying because I got so scared. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, well, we have to go into emergency surgery and we have to deliver the baby in the next half hour. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm by myself. My parents were in Europe at the time because I was supposed to give birth like in a month. And I'm like, it's like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning almost. I'm like, my husband's probably sleeping. I was like, no, I'm like, I can't be by myself. I was so scared. I started crying. I called my sister. I called Aloni, and he answered literally within the first 3 rings because thank God there was a UFC fight that night. Okay, guys, I was never more thankful than anything for that stupid UFC fight because they kept him up. He was on the couch. He was like, I was just dozing off because the UFC fight just ended. And I was like, you need to be here like right now. Aloni ended up getting a ticket. He ended up coming to the hospital in literally like 18 minutes. It's usually like a 25, 30 minute drive. It took him 18 minutes. He's like, I ran every red light. I didn't care. He ended up getting a ticket like from the cameras that like take pictures of you in the night when you're speeding and stuff. But he's like, I don't care. And they delivered Liam at 2:57 a.m. But it was like so crazy. I remember I called my sister-in-law when Aloni was on the way. I was crying. I was like, oh my God, I'm so scared. I don't know what to do. Blah, 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 blah. Like whatever. So it's just like interesting. No birth story is ever the same. And it's never perfect. You know, even when it's perfect, there's still some sort of like nuance. But yeah, anyway, that's very long-winded. You guys listened to that for 4 minutes. But long story short, I'm going out to the doctor and we're basically going to find out if I will be having a C-section or a VBAC. But actually, I think it's not going to be until next week because he said at 36 weeks. I'm not quite at 36 weeks yet. And we need to see where my cervix is at. So like I said before, regardless, I am happy to do either or as long as it's keeping me and the baby safe. So that's what it is. I woke up today, my face was so swollen. I did some gua sha, it kind of helped. But my nose is so congested and so stuffed all the time now. It's crazy and I'm always out of breath. Woo! Anyway, home stretch, baby, home stretch. The doctor's visit went well. There's nothing to report except that I'm measuring good. My weight is good. I gained 31 pounds so far. Again, I'm not really worried about the weight as long as like I'm in the threshold of being safe. That's all that matters. And yeah, basically next week we're gonna do a cervix check as I predicted at 36 weeks and see what's gonna happen. In the interim, I just got to my favorite bakery. It's called Le Parisien, and I'm going to pick up some bread. I love getting fresh bread here weekly. It's so good. I feel like I've shared this with you guys before. I used to come here a lot more when I was working out multiple times a day at the Fit Shop because it's down the street, but now I just come like every other week and I get fresh bread. And then what I do is if I get a really big loaf of sourdough, I freeze half of it. I always get a baguette too, and then I freeze like the half of the loaf and then we take it out and pop it back in the oven and it's fresh. But I will show you inside. I ended up getting one classic baguette. I like the rustic baguette better, but the rustic baguette is kind of hard for Liam to eat, so he likes the classic better. And I got a pave loaf. Let me show you. It's my favorite one. That's the pave loaf. I was actually surprised that they have it because usually they only do it on Saturdays, but she said that people have been really requesting it a lot, so they started making it during the week. So I got lucky and I'm very excited because I'm going to have it with some salted butter later and some caviar. It's funny because I love bread and so does Liam, and Aloni doesn't really like bread like that much, you know. He obviously likes pizza and pasta and carbs and stuff, but he doesn't eat like bread on a daily basis like the way that I do. And I even ate bread when I was on my weight loss journey when I was postpartum, and I still had some bread here and there, like in moderation. Obviously not as much as I'm having it now. I'm consuming like a lot of it all the time. But I just don't believe in restricting yourself and having the things that you like. You should have always a little bit, just so that later you don't go off and like binge, because that's what really ends up happening. But bread is a big part of my diet. Like I have to have bread and butter, you know, at least multiple times a week. And for me, like really good bread is so important. So I just thought I would share that. But I just find it funny how like my husband's not really like a bread guy, you know? He never like reaches for like a slice of bread with butter, unless he's having caviar sometimes, but usually he has it with the crackers. Or if, I don't know, if he's having like something very specific, but even when he makes like his turkey sandwiches and wraps and stuff, he doesn't use bread. He uses like the siete almond wraps because he just likes like the thinness of it. So it's a personal preference, but I'm a bread gal. Mia ended up coming over for a little bit, and her and I just like worked and caught up on stuff. And I filmed a TikTok of me opening my caviar, doing the ASMR that I always do. And now the other piece of bread, I already ate the caviar, so otherwise I would show you. Now the other piece of bread I'm having that I got from the bakery today with this French salted butter from Whole Foods. This is the brand. And it's so cute. It has like a little cow stamp. But if you love salted butter, it's really, really delicious. And I also got some raspberry jam. Actually, it's not raspberry. This is for fruit. Just joking. And so I'm eating this all for dessert now. I have big grandiose plans of cooking dinner tonight, but it's already 5 o'clock. Liam went on his walk not too long ago and to the playground to play with his friends. And my husband called me and said that he's going to go stop by our interior designer's office because our manufacturer who's making all of our stones and who's like fabricating all the stone and doing all like the fluting and stuff like that is going to her office, and my husband wants to go because he wants to make sure that they're like discussing everything accurately. So I think what we're gonna end up doing is I'm not gonna cook. I'm just gonna order probably like Mexican food or something. I made some soup earlier for Liam so he has something to eat, but I always order him something too because I know he sees us eating it, so he wants to like try. So I want to make sure whatever I get is like friendly for him. So that's probably gonna be the plan. And I'm gonna go work on some things on the computer that I need to get done that are like tedious. So we got Bodega for dinner. I got the steak with rice. I also got some yuca fries, and I got Liam like a veggie and rice with beans situation, and I got him one steak taco, but it's plain. There's like nothing else in there. I'm also having a Poppy probiotic soda. This is the Coca-Cola flavor, so good. Very delicious. I have my laptop here. I'm gonna work while I eat because I need to catch up on so many things. I have so much to do. So little time, so much to do. You guys remember that? I have a shoot tomorrow, actually. I can't tell you for what yet. We're shooting with Alan. We're gonna shoot it at my mom's, but it's a very exciting shoot for a brand that I'm obsessed with. So we're doing that tomorrow. And that's about it. Anyway, I'm gonna eat, work, and do. Good morning, you guys. I did not finish vlogging last night because Liam ended up, as soon as we sat down to eat, he wasn't eating all day already. He was kind of being just like really moody, but he was fine. He had a swim lesson, like everything was good. And all of a sudden, I give him a little piece of an olive, and all of a sudden, I thought he was choking, and he just projectile vomited all over me, all over the counter. And he had like a little mild fever last night. So basically, that's why I stopped vlogging yesterday, because I was dealing with my child, and I felt really bad. Like, he didn't want to eat anything at all. He didn't want to have nothing, not even water, which I ended up making him drink, and he listened to me. But I feel really, really, really tired today. Like, I don't even know how I'm surviving because I slept with Liam last night. Well, we usually sleep with Liam, me and Aloni, but when he ends up coming to our bed, he sleeps fine. Like, he tosses and turns, but he still sleeps. He doesn't like wake up. But last night I had Aloni go sleep in his room, and Liam and I slept together because I didn't want, God forbid, if like both of us get sick. But Liam and I slept together, and he was just up every hour. He wanted water, and I had to change his diaper because his diaper got really full from pee, which is good, thank God. And then he woke up at 5:30. He started talking to me. He wanted to go outside. He wanted to go here. He wanted to go there. So I've just been like up and I'm barely functioning. I ended up sleeping for like an extra hour and a half after my husband took him, but honestly, I don't even know how I'm alive today. So, but I have a lot to do today. I told you guys I have a shoot. So my face is really swollen and really feels really dehydrated. So I'm doing like a lot of extra serums, and I'm gonna do a little bit of gua sha just to kind of move everything around. For those of you that are new here, I have been doing Invisalign already for 4 months or 5 months. Before that, I was wearing an orthodontic retainer because I have really bad TMJ and my jaw's misaligned. So like when I open my jaw, it pops out of the socket. And it causes my teeth, my jaw, like my teeth don't lay properly. They kind of go to the side a little bit. And it gives me really bad TMJ. Like I used to get really bad migraines. So that was like the only thing that helped me, but it's like a really, really thick retainer. But because I've been doing Invisalign, the retainers are pretty thin. I'll show you. It's like that. So recently, because I have been just feeling a little bit stressed, but stressed because I have a lot going on in terms of like the baby coming, having to prepare at work, my toddler, just like life balance, you know. I've been feeling like I've been clenching my jaw, so the gua sha has really been helping me, especially like here in my neck. So what I do is I would take it down here and I would just pull it up, and it just really feels good, especially like in the areas that like feel super tense. I'm probably not even using it the right way, but I'm just kind of following like what feels good to me, especially right here at this point. Oh, it really helps my jaw. I'm gonna go for a buccal-facial massage next week with my at my chiropractor's office. I'm gonna go for one last adjustment before I give birth, and then I'm gonna go do a buccal-facial massage. They have a woman there who's incredible. Her hands, you guys, she makes me cry. She goes inside my cheeks and massages my cheek to the point that I have like tears streaming down my face. But it's like such a good sense of relief, you know, because we also internalize a lot of stress in our face and behind our eyes, like in our forehead. So anyway, I think that Liam's feeling better today. I hope it was just like a 24-hour thing, because I get so worried every time he's sick. You know, that was the first time he threw up and he got so scared he was crying. What I just put on my face was the Clarins Double Serum. This is my most used serum. I love this. I have gone through a million bottles. I do use like different stuff in the morning than I do at night. At night I do all the Shantukai stuff just for repair, because I know I'm gonna like wash my face after this because I have to do some makeup. Then I did the Skin Fix Barrier. This is the Triple Lipid Collagen Active Serum. I will link everything below, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, I just used it to the last drop, you see. Let's go into the garbage. The Extreme Cream from In Beauty Project. This is one of my favorite moisturizers. It is like the exact dupe for the Augustinus Bader. The Augustinus Bader is like $260, $270. This is, I think, like $50. Incredible. Same, does like the exact same thing. And then I use the Glow Recipe Plum Hyaluronic Cream. This one is really nice if you just want to add some like extra moisture, which I really needed a lot. I felt super dry, so that is what I did. I'm going to do my hair really quickly because I'm really crunched on time today, and I'm not really doing my makeup because I have to shoot something, and you'll see what I mean. When I'm crunched on time, I love my hairstyle. And the way that I do my hair is like this. I'll show you. I use a T3 curler. This is the 1-inch barrel. There is also 1.5 that it comes with. And I just kind of go like this, and I do loose curls in all different directions, and I do it in big pieces because then I'll use some oil. I'll probably use the Kerastase oil, the Elixir Ultime, which is my favorite. And yeah, Aloni already left. He has an early meeting, but he had a meeting at the house also, so he wanted already to figure out. We have the guy who's going to be fabricating all of our stone, meet with our interior designer and the electrician, because they were just going over a few more placements because we have like really unique stone going in some areas. We have to finalize like exactly where we want outlets, because we're also trying to make like stone cover outlets, so that way they're not so visible, you know? So it's not like a stark white outlet in the kitchen or like in certain areas where you kind of want them to be hidden. So Aloni went to go work that out. We have like our own, not strange. We have our own things that we do for the house, like our own responsibilities. Not that like we gave ourselves those responsibilities, it's just kind of like what we decided we wanted to take on. Like I had mentioned before in the past that Aloni does like all the electrical stuff. He does all the technical work, you know, like the placements and fabrication, and he's like really good at negotiating prices and stuff, which I'm not. I'm the worst at negotiating. Like if somebody tells me something costs $5,000, I'm like, okay. And Aloni will be like, babe, you could have gotten it for $3,000. And I'm like, well, I don't know. He's like, well, why didn't you say something? And I'm like, I'm not good at negotiating, you know? But Aloni's good at that. Like if, you know, if he wants something done, he'll negotiate to the last minute. And that's what makes him a really good businessman. And that's what makes me a good spender, you know? So anyway, stuff like that. But yeah, it's similar to like, you know how they say like there's gender roles in the house, but everyone has kind of like a different gender role in their own home. And so for us, like I was thinking about it yesterday. I was brushing my teeth last night. I have a Philips Sonic electric toothbrush, and I was telling my husband, I was like, you know, you realize that the only reason that my toothbrush is working, like the only reason why I brush my like the battery hasn't died yet, is because he charges it for me. Like if he didn't charge my, I don't even know where the charger is. If he didn't charge my toothbrush for me every 2 days, like I would be annoyed because I would have to charge it and wait for it to charge before I had to brush my teeth in the morning and at night. So, you know, he does like little things like that. He also is really good at keeping all my jewelry clean. The reason why my jewelry is always sparkling, because I take it off like every night. So he washes it once a week. He has like a special little incubator for cleaning jewelry and like our retainers, my Invisalign, like all that stuff. So like that's another responsibility that he does because he knows I'll never do it. And I never asked him to do it, by the way. That's just Aloni for you. Aloni's like low-key OCD about certain things, and like that's like those are his points. So I very much appreciate him and I love him so much. My hair is done. I'm going to use the Kerastase Elixir Ultime. This is my favorite hair oil. Just gonna put it towards the ends. It's also really good if you guys have frizzy hair like me. It's perfect. As I mentioned, I'm shooting something shortly. So my makeup, it needs to be bare minimum, and by bare minimum, I'm just doing a little bit of concealer and a little bit of eyebrow pencil, and that's it. Okay, ready to go. I'm just gonna put in my jewelry, and I can be on my way. We got to my mom's not too long ago, and Mia's here, Alan's here, the team is here. We're here shooting. I can't tell you what we're shooting for because it's not gonna go live until next month, right, Mia? Yeah, end of next month. So, but we'll still give you a little BTS. But we're using my mom's beauty vanity because she has an aesthetic beauty vanity and I don't. So, but one is coming soon. Alan is here, getting all the shots.
Just filming Inception.
I'll move. Just getting some.
You want to do that? Maybe like concentrate my hand.
Okay.
Professional swiper. Now we're having a little bite to eat at my mom's. A salad for Mia, kotlетки for me, which is like Russian meatball. Then I also have some beef pelmeni, which are like little dumplings with beef inside, and we're gonna eat it with some sour cream. and have some compote. Mia's gonna have some too. Okay, you guys, I'm really happy because Liam is feeling much better. We cuddled and I just made him some dinner. So he's eating his mac and cheese from Annie's. That's what he wanted. He never wants to eat that, so it's very interesting. But at least he's eating something because he hasn't been eating anything. And I'm getting ready for dinner with another couple that Aloni and I have been trying to make plans with forever, but we both have kids and it's just been kind of hard. So I'm wearing this outfit that I forgot that I had. This is from Savannah Morrow, and I've had this since my last pregnancy with Liam, and I wore it during that pregnancy. So I decided I'm going to wear that today. And I'm wearing these Amazon shapewear tights. I've showed these to you guys before. These are not like shapewear that like hold you in. They just give you a little bit of ease and kind of make everything look good and where it's supposed to be. So I'm going to put those on and let me try it on, and hopefully it works. Show them what you're wearing. Oh, this is my outfit, guys, by the way. Actually, there's a few men on here who watch my YouTube channel, and they said, can you please start showing what Aloni's been buying? So this is actually what you bought at the outlet.
Wearing, yeah.
Come closer, show them. This is the t-shirt.
Our Brunello.
Okay. Lift up the shirt so they can see. This is what you got at the outlet. And Aloni buys the shirt like a size or two bigger, and then he alters everything.
Yeah, like this is a XL or double XL, and then I just, because it's super long, I just cut it. Because I like how my shirts are loose. I don't like my shirts being very tight and constricted.
I'm actually very happy with how this fits. My shapewear's under here. I'm going to wear my Constance, and I'm going to wear these Chanel sandals. We're going to do a little gold bronze moment. Let me put it on. Aloni's going to have to help me put on the shoes because I can't put them on myself. Okay, let's go. I'm wearing my YSL lapis ring. This is like an OG, the fashion girls who know. And this is the look. Let's go because I'm already running late. We are now in the car. We're running a little bit late, but thankfully our friends called us and told us that they were running late too, so we're on the same time stamp because, you know, the wives had to get ready.
It's never enough time.
It's never enough time. But really, it's never enough time for me because I'm like recording, you know? I'm trying to be engaging with you guys and share what I'm wearing, show you this, that, and the third, and so it feels like...
It is very true.
But otherwise, I would have been ready out the door. Hadn't I like showed everything, you know? Anyway, you guys know what time it is. It is... Words of Wisdom with Aloni.
We got a drum roll.
Yeah. Actually, you know, you should just already start a podcast. Because everybody, you know, wants advice from you. People want, you know, to pick your brain.
I'd love to have a podcast. Look at that guy in the middle lane just stopped, wanting to go left. I mean, this is, you only see these things in Miami.
It's called the Florida Man, babe. Aloni knows about the
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
But I tell Aloni all the time he should have a podcast. I've been telling him he should have a podcast since we met. And it just requires a lot of work because you have to record a lot of content within a couple of weeks. You have to find a studio, editors. You know, Aloni has a business, so I don't know if he has time to podcast, but maybe he'll find some time, you know? Some of the people that you listen to podcast probably at the crack of dawn.
I mean, yeah, you gotta make time. That's just the bottom line. Okay.
Give your words of wisdom.
Thank you, my love. You're very kind. My co-pilot. Words of wisdom. A lot of people I remember, I'm not very active that much on social media anymore. But I do remember a lot of people would always ask, how did you guys meet? I'm so curious how you guys met.
Straight.
Like, what did you have to do to kind of meet the match that you met? Because if people think A lot of people think we are. I think my wife and I are very lucky and blessed to have each other because we are a good match. So there's a lot of work that I think needs to be done around that. So straighten out right here.
Yeah.
Right? Energetically, Kabbalistically, one of the things that they say is that, of course, this is if you have parents, if your parents are alive, or if it's even possible, that you need to do your best to have a relationship with your parents, right? I understand for some people maybe that's not possible. Maybe you don't have parents, maybe your parents aren't alive, or maybe your parents are not, I don't know, there's a million different scenarios. But in many cases there are situations where maybe you and your parents don't have the best relationship, didn't have the best relationship, and you kind of just, it's not something you want to deal with, right? So that's something you should explore working on, because that will open those doors for you in finding a mate.
Is there a reason for that?
There is a reason for that, but it's a whole long-winded thing. I don't really want to get into that.
Okay.
Another thing that always needs to be done is if you have a prior relationship and you guys broke up and you're back together and you broke up and you're not together but you're seeing each other, whatever, like, you're never going to find someone.
Or even just like sexually.
Yeah, sexually, whatever. You need to close that door entirely in order for another door to open. Until that door is like closed, you will not get the other opportunity that is better, that is waiting for you. So those are two important things I would work on. If you're looking for a spouse, or looking for a partner, if you're looking for a relationship.
I actually agree with that. I feel like most people that I know who have had situationships or been in relationships and then like start something new with someone else, that second relationship doesn't always find success all the way through, or one of the people end up doing to each other like the same way how they entered the relationship. So
Well, it just
obviously there's a small percentage that doesn't apply to, but usually the patterns are all the same.
Yeah, and also you have to, life is a journey, right? That's why I say enjoy the journey, because the destination, once you get there, it's kind of like, oh my God.
You have to make a right on 41st.
So everything is kind of like a building block. So every relationship is a building block for something better.
Yeah. You also have to be ready and actually open to be in a relationship too. I think that's the most very important.
You have to do work on yourself too, otherwise you're going to keep attracting the same type of mate.
Yeah.
You're going to attract the same person, it's going to be the same issues over and over and over. You're going to, it's like living in a loop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why, that also goes back to the relationship with the parents as well too. Because there's a lot of like work that needs to be done around that. It takes work to have a great relationship with your parents. I don't care who you are. Even for me, I had plenty of issues as a teen or young adult, difference of opinions and so on and so forth.
Your parents are also brought up in a different time and in a different,
of course,
in a strict culture.
Different mentality, different.
Make it right on 21st.
Different way of everything. Just so you can't be so. I go right here.
Yeah.
You can't be always a receiver, right? You have to learn to be a giver, and that has many different forms and looks different, right? That's another mission in life is to become more of a giver, not a receiver.
Yeah.
But in human nature, we're very selfish. We think about ourselves after we left up there, right? It's like when you meet with people, right? You want to network or this or that. You want to meet this guy because he's important or he's this and that. You want to get something from him, right? That's that receiver mentality. as opposed to going into a situation and say, how can I be of help? How can I help you? How can I help you? How can I, help this person? How can I be a giver? Instead of just looking to get something from someone always. And when you can really kind of shift your mentality to be like that, you'll just end up attracting these people who want to be close to you because they see how you are. So you're going to attract naturally smarter people, more successful people, more powerful people who are just going to want to do things with you.
Yeah.
Because energetically they're going to be intrigued.